And my name is Minibands94, and I would like to welcome you to a Call of Duty WWII video here today. So, this video, and I'll have another one posted a little bit later today, but this video is my final review of Call of Duty WWII. We've got Black Ops 4 just right around the corner, and I made one last year for Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, so I thought I'd do it again this year for World War II, just kind of my final review and what I thought about the game. I will have another video similar to this for the zombie portion. I just don't want to make this too long. That's all. Alright. So first, I want to talk about the campaign. There will be no footage of campaign just because I didn't want to go back into the campaign, so there is some multiplayer gameplay. Whatever. First, I want to say I only played through the campaign once. Doesn't mean it was a bad campaign that I didn't go back many times, play through like some. It's, I don't know, something just was like, I don't want to go play that again. I can't tell you why. Honestly, I cannot tell you why. But what the campaign did for World War II is they changed up how healing, ammo, explosives work. Is you don't just sit behind cover to heal, you actually have to call out to a squad mate and be like, hey, I need a med kit. And then same thing with ammo and explosives and whatnot. So that was a really, really interesting change. So even though I only did play through the campaign once, like I said, it wasn't a bad campaign. Because the story was good, it was a lot of fun, just brought people together. Was it the best? No. Was it the worst? No. It was a Call of Duty campaign. It was a lot of fun. And honestly, that's the biggest thing I've got to take away from it. Campaign was fun. I haven't played it since I probably haven't played it at all since November of 2017, so I can't go too much into detail of what I remember of it, but I remember it was a lot of fun, and just some of the different dynamics and whatnot. So, but that's all I want to talk about campaign. Let's get into multiplayer. So, no, technically this was not the first going back to boots on the ground within the last few years, because Modern Warfare Remastered technically brought us back. But that was incorporated with Infinite Warfare, which was still boost jumping and whatnot. So I'm gonna count World War II going back to boots on the ground. And it's the first time we have seen a World War II Call of Duty since World at War, so it's been a while. So I just wanted to quickly talk about that. Headquarters, which you are gonna see here soon, if not right now. I don't know how well this is gonna line up. Headquarters was a major thing that Sledgehammer worked on. And for the first 3 weeks, month, if not maybe even 2 months, I want to say, headquarters didn't work. It was only you. But now, every time you're in headquarters, there's a bunch of people, which is really cool. Headquarters brought a lot of interesting stuff with it. It brought a firing range, a mail office where you got armory credits, contracts, orders that you can do to try and get supply drops and guns and all this other stuff. Of course, there were contracts I just mentioned, which you used the armory credits to get supply drops and whatnot. And it was all done within game. The contracts, it was a certain time period. The orders were as long as you collected it, you could take as long as you needed to complete it, which was really, really. There was the division system. A lot of people were thinking, okay, this is interesting. Not pick 10, pick 12, like we've seen the last couple of years. It's kind of going back to traditional Call of Duty a little bit, minus, well, you didn't get to pick 3 perks. You got just 1 basic training, and of course you got the division, which was airborne, infantry, mountain, expeditionary. Oh, Am I missing one from the original? I know I am. Oh well, anyway. Then they brought some new ones, which was Commando, Resistance, Cavalry, and yeah, that was all of them. Oh, the other one that I forgot about in the original set before I started with the DLC ones. It was with the LMGs. Armored. There we go. So, there were a bunch of new divisions. That was an interesting twist. Something new. At first, people liked it. Some people didn't like it as much towards the end of the game, but that's alright. What else to talk about? Headquarters. There was a 1v1 pit, which was really, really cool. There was a score streak training area. That was interesting. There was a R&R where, yeah, you had to use armory credits to play old school arcade Activision games. Didn't do that much, but it was cool. And then there were these chalkboards around that some were like TDM leaderboards and whatnot, just kind of showing you everyone within the headquarters where they kind of all ranked. Also with headquarters, I want to talk about the events that they did within multiplayer. They did a lot of events, which was very good, kept World War II fresh after a while. They were bringing events, it seemed like every 2 to 3 months, which was really, really cool. Some of them were tied with the DLC packs, some were just on their own. But the headquarters for most of them was always changing with it, which was awesome because you always got a different take on what the headquarters looked like. Alright, now game modes I want to talk about. So you had your traditional TDM, search, free-for-all, whatnot. I'm going to, at some point within the video, I'm going to be running through them, just kind of running through them, showing you the list. But they added a couple new ones, they added war, which you'll probably get some gameplay, which was really one of my favorite game modes, especially early on within the life cycle of World War II. Towards the end, still enjoyed it, but didn't play it as much. But still enjoyed it. They brought in Infected, Prop Hunt, Gun Game. They also brought in a Dogfight, I think it's called. Now I don't remember. You'll see gameplay of it. But it's like a dogfight mode where, for the first time that I can remember, I've been playing Call of Duty since Black Ops for multiplayer. And yes, World at War did have vehicles. They had tanks in a couple maps, so yeah, I think Black Ops 3 had a map where they had robots that you could control. Anyway, but you got to be in fighter jets, and it was a 6v6 TDM in the sky in fighter jets with that dogfight mode, which was really interesting. I haven't seen it in Call of Duty before. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, they even brought the headquarters as a map. Yeah, headquarters was a map where, of course, you'll get gameplay where you get prop hunt. Well, you've seen prop hunt before within other videos and streams I've done, so it's the same. But they brought the headquarters as a map, which was, excuse me, which was free if I remember, which I want to get to my next point, which was of the featured tab. A lot of times they had new stuff, like DLC stuff was going in there. They brought out a lot of free maps. There was Headquarters, that was free, really cool. There was Shipment 1944 they brought out free. And there was Sandbox, I believe that was the name of the map, where you were toy soldiers. Yeah, you were toy soldiers in a sandbox. Really cool, very iterative. I think around technically it was before DLC 1, but around the holiday time in December, I believe they brought in Keratin Winter. I think that was free, but I don't actually remember on that one. But even though we already had Keratin, the normal map, which never made its way to the rotation, but Keratin Winter did. Who knows? But that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun game modes. Call of Duty World War II has been probably my most favorite Call of Duty in a long time. I started playing Call of Duty during Black Ops, and it was that Black Ops has a special place in my heart because that's my first Call of Duty, like, good Call of Duty experience. I can tell you that story if I haven't told you that story, where it's technically not my first Call of Duty experience, but it is. So that's got a special place where that's gonna be. It's tough to top that. The Black Ops series is such a good series, and those are within my, well, now top 4 Call of Duty games. But right now, Call of Duty World War II, I feel like was just so polished. Yeah, there were bugs and whatnot. Supply drops. No, everyone has an issue, it seems like, with supply drops. Oh well, you can craft a lot of these weapons. With the armory credits that you're getting, which is cool. They've kind of implemented that the last couple of years with Modern Warfare Remastered, and Infinite Warfare did a good job with that too. World War II just did that again, which was cool, where you could realistically just buy the weapons with the armory credits and didn't have to spend real money if you grinded at the game. But that's enough supply drop talk. I don't know, Call of Duty World War II, yeah, again, not perfect. There were bugs. It didn't work very well at launch. I think DLC 3 was a complete disaster, at least within the zombie side. I don't know about how well multiplayer launched. If you could play DLC 3 right away. Yeah, it had its problems, but it's since realistically, for multiplayer side, since Modern Warfare 3, this is probably it is the most I have played a Call of Duty multiplayer since Modern Warfare 3. I've almost put 3 days into multiplayer. That is during the life cycle of World War II. It's like, yeah, you can go back to Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, which are my top 2 Call of Duty titles for multiplayer in days and hours played. But it's kind of tough because I don't know where I was at the end of the life cycle, because I've gone back to those games for videos or just fun and whatnot, so it's like, I don't really know where I truly ended. But with World War II, I've almost done 3 days within the life cycle in multiplayer. That is a lot of multiplayer. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just now thinking, just remembering all the fun from this year of World War II. Is this my final World War II video? No, technically no. I've got one more, which will be out on October 11th. I couldn't tell you a time, but October 11th, I'll have my final live Call of Duty World War II video. But I think Call of Duty World War II is my favorite Call of Duty right now. And then it goes pretty much the Black Ops series, and then a couple other games after that. But right now, up on top, not just because it's the current Call of Duty. Last year, Infinite Warfare was not the top, was not my favorite Call of Duty. But World War II just did all three modes very, very well. The campaign was fun. Multiplayer was fun since I've almost spent 3 days in it. And it's... I'd have to technically look at the other games, but I think this is one of my highest KD games for a Call of Duty title. It's not impressive. It's like 1.06 or something. Not impressive, but it's one of my highest. So, oh well. And then Zombies, which, again, later today I'll have that video out, just kind of going through the final review with Zombies and those maps. It's been a fun year. That's all I've got to say. But I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy all the gameplay in the background. I got some TDM, some war, some Dogfighter. I got some of the headquarters map of Prop Hunt. But it's pretty much time to end Call of Duty World War II here. And let's get ready for some Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But until my next video, I'll catch you guys next time.